Hello, geometry friends, here again. Lesson 3 is just going to be practice for Unit 6. So we're going to go through this pretty quickly, and then you're just going to go off on your own, practice and do the questions. You're welcome to access the answer keys. I actually suggest and highly expect you to be accessing the answer keys to make sure you're doing these questions correctly. Since I cannot be there with you to look over your shoulder to help you out, it is your responsibility to make sure you're doing things correctly. And if you have issues, you contact me, and when we get together again, we can go through them, solve and resolve any questions that you may have. So after watching the video, make sure you go to Teams and open up the answer key. All right, so for number 1, if you're going to solve a system of equations graphically, all that means is graph both lines on the same coordinate plane and find the point of intersection. So you can graph it from point slope form, or you can graph it from y equals mx plus b form. You could even use a calculator, create a table of values, whichever you think is easiest and best for you. If it's in point slope form, hopefully based on the lesson we did, lesson 2, you'll be able to graph it quite easily. But when you're solving a system of equations on the graph, you're finding the point where the two graphs cross. And I pulled some questions from Regents exam, some multiple choice, some not multiple choice. And what you can do is try these on your own and check the answer keys if you get stuck, or like I said, like I said earlier, you can contact me if you have questions. Don't forget, from lesson 1, we talked about how to do the perpendicular bisector when you get to question 5. If you don't remember how to make the equation of the perpendicular bisector, go back to lesson 1 and you can look at your notes because it's all right there. When you're writing the diagonal of a quadrilateral, sorry, excuse me. When you're writing a diagonal of a quadrilateral, we don't know what kind of quadrilateral this is, but we know that it's labeled TEAM, T-E-A-M. Remember that those vertices are used in a clockwise order around the shape. So every other letter would be the opposite corners. So your diagonals will be TA and your other diagonal would be EM, which means the sides of your shape would be TE is a side, EA is a side, AM is a side, and MT is a side. And then you're going to go through and answer these questions and write some equations. Then, given one of the diagonals of a rhombus, it says right here, you're going to have a rhombus, M-A-T-H, but you're only given 2 out of the 4 vertices, and you're given M and T. Since you're given M and T, then you know that those are the diagonals. Since those are the vertices of the diagonals, opposite corners, then you should know, based on your knowledge of what is happening with a rhombus, what to do with the question. And you're just going to go through each question, do the best you can, check the answer key, or get in touch with me, and then we'll talk when we see each other. And that's it for me. Goodbye.